What's up, geeks? Welcome back to Checkpoint, our bi-weekly video game podcast here every Tuesday. I'm joined with Marley.
Hey everybody, what's going on?
And sorry, this one's coming up a little late on Tuesday, but we just kind of got caught up in a lot of busy life things, right? So I apologize for not having this up Tuesday morning or anything. But yeah, in terms of what we've been playing, the past 2 weeks we've just been playing Zelda again.
Yeah, that's not much to update on there.
But we can report that both of us have beaten the game.
Yep, we recorded an awesome spoilers cast, but sadly we lost some of the audio.
Yes. If you guys want to hear more in-depth thoughts of how I like the ending, you can watch my Ganon video with commentary. It's up on the channel right now. Feel free to listen to that to get more in-depth thoughts on that stuff. But yeah, we love Zelda. We finished it, and I kind of plan on going towards Fast RMX, which is a Wipeout F-Zero kind of game, and
it's got the F-Zero announcer in it, doesn't it?
It does. They got him.
That's awesome.
So if you want another F-Zero game, guys, I say support this game. Let Nintendo know that you want more of this kind of stuff. And I'm probably going to pick up I Am Setsuna as well, which is a old school JRPG.
In the vein of Chrono Trigger.
Yep.
Very cool.
Old Final Fantasy games too. Are you going to pick up any new games, Marley?
I want to sit down and beat all the Shovel Knight campaigns because I got Treasure Trove Edition. So I have the main Shovel Knight campaign, Plague Knight, and Spectre Knight.
Okay.
And then King Knight's campaign is on the horizon somewhere down the line.
Okay.
Other than that, I would really like to pick up I Am Setsuna, but I also promised our friend Kyle, that I would play The Witcher 3, and that's a big old daunting task. I'm jumping from one huge open world to another huge open world.
I was there when you made that agreement, and I was like, oh no, Marley. Because it was in the moment, and you were jazzed, and you're I'll play Witcher if you play Zelda. And Kyle's like, alright. And then I was like, oh no. Witcher 3 is a huge game.
And yeah, I'm looking forward to it, but then I also stopped and was like, oh no, I want to play Shovel Knight and I want to play Nier Automata.
Oh my gosh.
Robot waifu.
So yeah, that's kind of what we're going to go towards and stuff for the Switch, but we want to talk more precisely about the Switch itself. It's been a month since it's been out, and we're both enjoying it a lot. You want to just talk about what you love about it after a month and stuff real quick?
Yeah, well, I don't think anything in terms of using a video game system for me has been as satisfying as when the first time I was sitting there playing on my TV, or on our TV, and Kyle came downstairs, asked to watch something. I said, sure, no problem. Clicked my Joy-Cons onto the tablet, took it out of the dock, sat down on the couch, and just kept playing.
Now wait a second, Marley. You could do that on the Wii U too. Very limitedly.
Yeah,
super limited.
You just had to make sure you were right next to it and
not too far away.
And that we're okay with that weird gray film.
It truly is the Wii U, what the Wii U should have been.
Exactly.
We've said that so many times, but it's so true.
It almost feels like the Wii U was a prototype for this.
Yeah.
And I know that's not true. No one puts out a multi-million-dollar prototype to market test for their next thing. It's no secret that the Switch is just better. Like you said, it is everything the Wii U was supposed to be, and then some. It's a joy to use.
Yeah, it's almost like the NVIDIA Shield was there first. You know, and then I'm wondering if Nintendo kind of saw that and was like, well, maybe we should have tried to go that direction more.
Yeah, I wonder how long this has been a plan for, just because, Nintendo has always had the handheld in the home console, but especially in the Wii U days, we really felt that split of they had all their development teams working on one or the other, and most of them were on the 3DS because that was the successful console.
Yeah.
And as a result, the Wii U felt pretty bare bones.
Right.
So, like, I wonder how long this has been the plan, or if that... I don't know, but I just really like this thing.
Yeah, I think it's interesting, again, like I mentioned, the NVIDIA Shield.
Mm-hmm.
They used to have AMD chips in Nintendo consoles. They switched over to NVIDIA.
Yeah.
For their chip. I forget the name of it. But it's like a mobile chip, and that was like the draw of it.
Yeah.
It was good for the portability and stuff.
Yeah.
The Tegra X1, that's the name of it.
Okay.
So we just said it's a lot like the Wii U, except way better. But yeah, so a month later, you love the portability of it. I personally haven't taken it out of the dock, like, to play once. Yeah. It's... So that, says a few things about me. I'm very much glued to the television when I'm playing a console.
Yeah.
I kind of enjoy playing it that way. Now, I think that's because I was playing Zelda.
Yeah.
If I'm playing I Am Setsuna, I'll probably play that portably more.
Yeah. Bring it downstairs.
Yeah, because it's more like Pokemon in a
Yeah.
sense, like the view of it and stuff, like that top-down viewish kind of thing. It's a lot more like that, and I'll get in the mind like set of that's more portable, like Pokemon.
I will say that was when I first went to go pop it out and play Zelda on the tablet. That was something I was worried about. I was like, I'm probably not going to be able to do this for very long. I'm going to want to get it back on the TV.
Yeah.
4 hours later,
Uh-huh.
dude, I got used to it so quick. Like, there was no disconnect for me between the tablet screen and the TV screen. I mean, obviously, one's smaller, one's bigger. But I got used to it really quickly. And I didn't feel like it, like, took away from my experience at all, which I was honestly quite surprised by. Like, I expected, I was like, the tablet will be passable.
Yeah.
I thought, at most. But it was great either way. Like, I had a ton of fun no matter how I was playing it, which I guess is a credit to Nintendo and their designers.
Yeah, at the beginning, I tried taking the Joy-Cons out and playing with them separate, and that wigged me out. I couldn't make it work. Like, I got used to the Joy-Con grip playing. I love that thing.
That was something we were worried about.
Yeah, like, I might need to get a Pro Controller, but personally, I don't need a Pro Controller right now.
Yeah.
Just for anyone wondering, I've heard the Pro Controllers are amazing, but that Joy-Con is totally fine.
Yeah.
It works great. But I played with it for a little bit, and then I tried taking it out. I didn't play like the traditional undocked portable mode. I just took those and made them separate, and that was really weird. And I was messing up the controls and everything. It felt really strange.
I messed around with that mode at work.
Mm-hmm.
Because I wanted to sit back in my chair, but I didn't bring my Joy-Con grip with me.
Yeah.
And I ended up taking to it pretty quickly.
Okay.
And then I played that way on the TV. And the TV downstairs in our living room is pretty big.
Yeah.
And that took some getting used to. But I don't know, I think I played with every control screen possible except for the Pro Controller, because I obviously don't own it.
Yeah, so the Pro Controller is great. Now, I wanted to briefly talk about Splatoon, the test fire.
Yes.
We probably should have talked about that earlier when we were talking about what we played, but this kind of makes sense because the control schemes were kind of interesting. I never played the original Splatoon, and I know there was motion controls in that. So when I got into Splatoon 2's test fire to play for the very first time, I got the tutorial and was messing around with the motion control. And then you also use the analog stick to, like...
Yeah.
What was it again? Like, to look sideways, it was motion control. And then, what was it exactly?
Yeah, well, you can basically use... Because I've played a lot of this Splatoon. You can use the motion control and the analog stick side by side. So you can look up, but then push your analog stick to the side. And it's not... They both control the same things, I guess, but, if you use both of them at the same time, you can do two things at once. So you can look up and to the side, or you can look down and to the right. And For me and a lot of, not that I'm like pro Splatoon player, but for a lot of like the pro Splatoon players, like that's how they play.
First blush, I did not take to that at all. I thought that was really weird.
It takes some getting used to.
I only did the tutorial on that, and then I switched it right back to like traditional controls, and then I had fun with it. Like,
yeah.
the traditional controls, just like a regular shooter, worked great for Splatoon, and I enjoyed the game. What's probably going to happen though, I know you're going to get it.
Yes.
I'll probably want to play it more on your Switch to kind of get the feel of it more and see if I want to buy it.
Yeah. I think that is probably the first game that I will get a Pro controller for.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Like, the Joy-Con grip worked great for Zelda. It took me a lot of getting used to with it in Splatoon 2. The test fire, at least.
Was it maybe just too small? Is that why? Because, like, the Wii U, the tablet was, like, nice and big.
Yeah.
And then, like, when you're moving it around, I guess I don't know. Does it, like, give you more weight to, like, you feel like
maybe that's what it might have been. Like, it was so small and I was so used to moving the Wii U tablet that, like, when I would move the Joy-Con, I would move it like the tablet, so I'd, like, whip it across and, like, whip it around, and my character was, like, looking in crazy directions. So I'll probably definitely get a Pro controller for that. So I don't think the Joy-Con grip is, I mean, it's not necessarily, like, cut out for every game, but it worked fine for Zelda.
Okay, cool. So those were some of our quick Switch impressions. I wanted to talk a little bit about some accessories that we've gotten for it. Now, right up front, GameStop tried to get us on a special charging dock or something, right?
The Joy-Con charging grip or something, or the dock. I think they tried to get us to get the Joy-Con grip. There were so many Switch accessories, guys, it's hard to keep track.
I think what it wasn't the Joy-Con grip that charged. It was a special charging dock for your Joy-Con grip.
Oh,
I think that's what it was. And it was $20.
Yeah.
And we both pre-ordered it initially.
She made it sound like we were going to need it.
Yeah. We both realized, like, I don't think we're going to need it.
We were already spending a ton of money.
Yeah, a lot of money. And as of right now, later on, I definitely did not need it. Nope. I'm glad with that decision.
I haven't gotten a, like, close to dead battery notice at all since I've gotten this thing.
Neither have I.
The Joy-Cons have a 20-hour battery life.
Yeah, so you should be able to find some time to dock the thing again and, have it charge, right?
Yeah, it shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, so that was not an issue. Something cool that I went ahead and got was an Ethernet adapter.
Cool.
For, like, stable online play. And I wanted to make a quick public service announcement about these Ethernet cables. Hori, which is a official Nintendo licensed distributor of, like, accessories and stuff.
I've got something to say about a Hori accessory in a bit.
We'll get into that next. But they had an Ethernet adapter officially licensed. I looked at the price, and it was running around $30 or like $32. And I was like, wow, that is a little expensive. I was like, why are all these accessories so darn expensive? This is ridiculous. Went on Amazon. The Hori Ethernet cable did not have good reviews. A lot of people in the review section were saying there are other options out there, the exact same thing, and they're half the price. So I went over to one of the alternate options, and I got the U-Green USB 3.0 Ethernet network adapter for $14. And it works great. For the Splatoon test fire, zero lag. Yeah. It was smooth.
I had to play it on yours.
Yeah.
Because the Switch's Wi-Fi, which I guess we'll get into beefs with the hardware in a little bit.
Yeah.
But I came up here and played on yours, and I was finding matches no problem.
Yeah, it was great. This thing's working fantastically. So yeah, guys, go with the alternative methods for the US. If you want to get a network adapter, go for the cheaper ones. They're the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And they're Much more affordable.
Save yourself as much money with this thing as you can, because these accessories are adding up.
Yes, indeed. Another accessory that we both got, but from different suppliers, we got screen protectors because, as everyone knows, the screen gets scratched from like normal wear and tear, and the dock also scratches it if you are bringing it out of the dock a lot. It can happen. And I even was watching a video today. People were getting third-party Switch cases, and the padding was really rough and stuff too in it. And the one dude on the video was saying like, "This is totally gonna scratch my screen." So, screen protectors are pretty awesome to have. So, do you want to just talk about your experience real quick?
Sure. I got the Hori screen protector. It was like 20-something bucks, and it was hot garbage. It didn't go on easily, and I know screen protectors are kind of universally known for being tough to get on, but this was particularly tough. It peeled up. Once I did get it on there, it didn't take long for it to start coming up again. And stuff like dirt and grime sticks to it super easy, and they have cleaning instructions in with the screen protector. But their instructions were like, oh, we'll take a piece of, like, tape and stick it and then peel the dirt off and you should be fine. Did that? It just made it worse.
I'm sure.
Like, that didn't help at all.
Tape leaves residue.
Yeah, that was their recommendation.
That was awful.
And there were tons, like, trying to get the air bubbles out of it was annoying. It was a plastic screen protector, and usually you want to go with tempered glass. So I know, at least for me, I probably should have gotten my money back from Amazon, but there was so much going on, I forgot to message them about that. I will recommend you go expensive on this. There are a couple other companies, I can't remember their names right off the top of my head, that are already doing tempered glass screen protectors, and those are really the ones you want to get. I have one of those on my iPhone. I've dropped that thing before, and it's totally fine. Takes the hit, doesn't scratch the screen protector or the phone.
It's awesome.
So if you're traveling with your Switch a lot and you're worried about that, spend the extra cash. Sometimes they're like $30-$40, but your screen will be protected for a long time, and you won't even notice it's on there.
Okay. So I also got a screen protector. I just haven't put it on yet. I got a different one though, and this is official Nintendo. This is straight from Nintendo.
Okay.
They gave me a microfiber cloth too. Did you get one?
Yes.
Okay, so they both got microfiber cloths. I forget the price of mine. It wasn't that much. How much was your Hori one, you said?
It's somewhere between $20 and $25, I think.
I think mine was around $14 or $15.
Okay.
So I haven't put it on yet, guys, so I'm sorry I can't really report back on how good it is. But I'm going to assume it might be better than the Hori one.
Yeah.
It's the same kind of thing. It's plastic. It's not glass or anything.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be as good as the tempered glass. But maybe it'll just get on there real nice and not give me any trouble.
Yeah, and I'm in a couple of Nintendo Facebook groups, and I posted about my experiences with the Hori one, and I had other people saying, like, yeah, I put mine on, and then, I docked my system, and it gets warm in there, and full of air bubbles when they took it out and stuff.
Geez.
Like, or it started to lift because of the heat. And I'm surprised because Hori usually makes pretty good stuff. They do make a lot of cool fight sticks. They did that awesome controller for when Pokken came out. So I was kind of expecting a little bit more from them.
Yeah, so...
Especially with your story about the LAN adapter.
Yeah. I'm sure the LAN adapter works great. It's just ridiculous how much more it is.
Yeah.
Like, it's so dumb. Yeah, so that's kind of a wet towel on Hori there.
Yeah.
They've done good things in the past, because I remember before this all happened, you were singing their praises.
Yeah.
And then we had 2 bad experiences.
Yeah.
Just like that. And that, for companies, that hurts. Because now, when we think of Hori, we're like, bad stuff immediately comes into our heads.
Yeah, and like you said, I loved them as a company. I loved that Pokken controller, but...
Yeah. Wow. So yeah, that's really unfortunate there. So our friend Nate got a Switch too.
Yep.
I wish he could have been here to give his impressions.
He's not as big of a Nintendo guy as we are.
No, he's not. But I can report that he's okay. So what's really funny is we warned everybody to pre-order.
Yep.
Day one, because if you got on there real quick, you could definitely get one.
Yep.
But Nate did not, and he was talking about how funny it is. Like he always ends up getting the Nintendo console, and he doesn't know why he doesn't pre-order and stuff initially.
What was it? He was gonna wait until the holiday.
Till Mario, but
Mario came out.
Every time I tell you, he sees us playing it. This happened with the 3DS. He sees us playing Pokemon, all having a great time, all those fun games, and he can't help it. He's like, I need one now.
I gotta join in on this.
And he got super lucky. So we stopped in at a GameStop on our way back from work just to see if they had any in stock. They didn't have any in stock, but they told us that they were getting stock in later in the week.
Yep.
One thing led to another thing. He ended up calling a GameStop to see if they had any. They had some.
3.
They had 3. He got over there quick, was able to get one. And he has one right now. He got the gray one.
And he's loving it.
And he loves Zelda, yeah. He loves Zelda. I'll be interested to see what his next game is he buys and stuff after Zelda. But Zelda's going to keep him busy for a while and stuff. But yeah, he couldn't resist the Switch. Switch miss.
So, we've talked a lot of good things about this. Now, with every new piece of hardware comes its fair share of problems.
Yep. You want to lead off with the Wi-Fi stuff?
Sure. So, my Switch is downstairs and kind of not near the Ethernet wires or near our router. I have had miserable experiences trying to connect to the internet. I was able to connect when I first got it, and then I think a day or two later I got on and bought Shovel Knight. Every time since then, I can only either connect when I'm undocked, so when I'm in handheld mode, or I just flat can't get on at all. The Splatoon test fire was happening, and my Switch did not connect once. We had an hour to play, and I spent probably 15 minutes trying to get online before I came up here and just used your dock because you had the Ethernet wire.
And that was one of the reasons. I only played 2 games, and I was like, I know Marley's having trouble with Wi-Fi. He loves this game way more than I do. I'm gonna let him play.
Yeah, so it's been a huge problem, and they released a mini update, and I thought that would fix things. It kind of did. It's still pretty much the same though. Like, I wanted to hop on the eShop and buy I think it was either Fast RMX or I Am Sets, and I was like, I want to buy a game. I'm gonna give Nintendo some money, and 10 minutes of trying to get on the eShop, and I was like, all right, never mind. And they just didn't get that purchase from me.
Awkward.
Yeah. So that's been not great. Other than that, I've had one problem. I came up to you with this, see if you could figure it out. It wasn't letting me power anything off. Like, I could select menus. I don't know if you remember this.
I remember that, yeah.
I could select the menu, but it wouldn't let me activate anything, I guess is what I would say.
Yeah.
I ended up just having to do a hard shutdown. And it was fine once I turned it back on. I also got a white screen.
Ooh. Oh, shoot.
Which I had a mini heart attack about.
Yikes. Oh my gosh.
Once again, a forced shutdown solved that. It hasn't happened since. Neither has the not being able to activate anything. But yes, a couple mini little heart attacks.
So I had a little bit of I had some issues with my left Joy-Con, like a lot of people were reporting.
Okay.
And I think that's what the update was supposed to help with a little bit. I don't know for sure because Nintendo never lets us know exactly what happens.
Yeah.
There aren't
stability and performance issues.
Yeah, just general fixes, whatever. But that was at the beginning. I haven't had any issue with my Joy-Cons connecting anymore.
Okay.
0 issues. Whenever I put them into the Joy-Con grip, they sync real quick to when that thing starts up. It works totally fine now. So I don't know if they fixed that through the patch or update or whatever. I can report that Zelda, the patch in that, did help with the frame rate in some areas. It didn't perfect it. There's the forest, Lost Woods, still really tough.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff going on in that scene.
Foliage.
A lot of foliage, lighting, and all that craziness. So it's not perfect, but it has improved. For sure. So another thing that I think you mentioned... Oh, wait, I don't think you did. Virtual Console.
Yes.
Still is missing in action right now.
Yep.
And that is a big letdown for me right now. We're a month after, and there's still not even any word about it.
Yeah, I'm guessing they're saving that for E3.
Probably.
We have a direct coming up on the 12th. I mean, that's mainly going to be Splatoon and ARMS focused.
Yeah.
But maybe we get something in there.
Maybe. I think...
Are they waiting for the holiday crowd?
Oh, gosh. I don't think so. I hope not. I think the E3 prediction is a good one. And if they come swinging with GameCube, Virtual Console, holy crap. That is a huge announcement at E3.
Dude, I think even more so than GameCube, I want Game Boy Advance.
Sure, yeah.
Because, like, we kind of got it on the Wii U, but they didn't support it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if they can save some of those huge announcements for E3, they could have a really good E3. We'll save E3 stuff for another time, guys. We'll do more videos on that. That is coming up soon in June. But, yeah, I think E3 is a perfect time for a Virtual Console announcement. I don't agree with them waiting that long. I think we should have it at launch.
Yeah.
But I think we've seen a few examples of maybe they weren't actually ready to launch the Switch.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, I'm kind of glad they didn't, because, like, all of my attention has been on Zelda.
Yeah.
That's why I was thinking back on that later this week, like, oh, wow, it was probably a good idea that Mario Kart and Zelda didn't launch at the same time.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't have played Mario Kart.
Yep. Another thing that the Switch is doing to us is it is keeping us and not wanting us to play our 3DS.
Yep.
I have no desire to play my 3DS anymore.
I found mine behind the couch the other day.
Yep. I've got Pokemon Sun and Moon on there. I beat the main story and everything, and I wanted to go back and get more Pokemon and stuff.
There's a whole nother story with the Ultra Beasts and whatnot.
I have no desire to play my 3DS because what I want is for just new games on my Switch, which is a portable.
That beautiful high definition. I want those high def textures.
Yeah. I think
3DS doesn't have it.
Can we get a Pokemon on the Switch, please?
Oh,
please.
I can dream.
And we have the Fire Emblem game coming out in May. I love Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
And this is like a full-on remake of an old Fire Emblem game that I never played. Yeah, and this one's called Echoes. I'm just not interested in it because I know I have to play it on my... I have an OG 3DS. I have to play it on my OG 3DS. How are they still making 3DS games 7+ years later?
Yeah.
This is insane.
The 3DS just got a system update.
Oh my goodness. Pokemon Sun and Moon chugs so hard on my 3DS.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where, like, I've just gotten a taste of something so good. And listen, no disrespect to the 3DS. I played the hell out of that thing. But I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to take that next step, and that's Switch. I'm hoping they finish out this year of 3DS releases, and hopefully the Switch is selling well at that point, and then they go, okay, it's time to cut ties.
Yeah. As of right now, it's a weird spot. Like, yeah, do they just stop supporting the 3DS? Because they have a portable. They have a new portable device. It's the Switch. And it can become a console, too, that can go to the TV. It's the perfect thing. I don't think they need another portable thing. Yeah. That would just be confusing, I feel like.
Yeah.
So they might, honestly, 3DS does have a base, and they're probably just going to trickle stuff out to it. but I'm not going to play it.
Yeah, RIP to all those cool-looking 3DS games I'm not going to play. Ever Oasis, that Pikmin platformer.
Yep.
I was excited about those, but I've gotten a taste of awesome hardware, and I don't want to go back.
Yes, sir, for sure. All right. Any closing thoughts? Not clothing thoughts.
No, I'm really, really happy with my purchase. We were early adopters, so there's always going to be some weird hardware mess-ups here and there, but on the whole, I'm in love with this thing. It's unlike anything I've played before. Yeah, for sure. So guys, stay tuned. I'm going to be buying Fast RMX and I Am Setsuna. I don't know which one in order. I like to buy them one at a time so I play them and then get through them a decent amount. So I don't know which one it is, but look forward to some coverage on those two games. Marley is going to be playing Guardians of the Galaxy. Yes. The Telltale game. Yep, I'm going to be streaming that on Twitch, so if you want to stop by and help me make decisions or scream at me for making the wrong decisions, come on by. I'd love to see some of you there. Yeah, so thanks guys for watching Checkpoint. Again, we're a bi-weekly podcast, gaming podcast. We try and get it out every Tuesday for you. And yeah, this was a Switch-focused episode. It was, we're really enjoying our Switch. And yeah, so you can follow Marley on Twitter at rebellious_Ewok and also on Instagram. Same thing. Great. And you guys on Twitter can follow me at Carson_Save. And of course, you can find us here at the Geek XP on YouTube. So with that, everybody, thanks for listening, and we'll see you at your next save.